walked into a building.
Wait, this is your dream. This is a dream that Grace had. Okay.
When she was 4.
She was 4.
I walked into a building, and it did not, from the outside, it did not look anything like a building where you would see Jesus. And so, first thing I saw was God sitting on a throne. Like, behind him was one of those. This is sort of funny. It does not go with my dream at all. You know those at our socks party from Grace Christian School, and we had, well, it's like this, I don't know, but anyways, yeah, I saw him sitting on a throne, and then there was a table, like, for 2, sat right, like, against the wall, like, yeah, and a couple minutes later, after I was just looking at God, because it was really amazing to see, like, God. It's like, I'm looking at God. He's right there. And so a couple of minutes later, Jesus came, like sort of floating down, or just came down. And then, when he was back on the ground, he walked over to the table where I was. And then he, like, sort of, it's like appeared, I guess, and I didn't even notice it, but there was these 2 like sort of video game screens, and like that thing, and the game said Signs and Wonders, and it said that in rainbow colors.
Which is her middle name.
What?
Grace's middle name is Gaelic for rainbow. It's Torkatha. So.
Oh, wow.
And
So keep going.
And
so it says Signs and Wonders?
Yeah, and so it was a video game, and then Jesus said, "What are you waiting for? Why didn't you try playing?" And I was like, okay. And so I picked up the thing, and I sort of started to play. And then I think it was about maybe 20 minutes later, I wasn't like engaged with the game, but 20 minutes later, Jesus said, "Here, let's go outside." And I sort of was a little questionable. I was like, "Why?" And he said, "Come on, let's go outside."
Honey, Jesus's video game that you played with him was called
Signs, Miracles, and Wonders.
Signs, Wonders. Wait.
Signs, Wonders, and Miracles.
The video game with God the Father was Signs, Wonders, and Miracles, and then the video game with Jesus was Feed the Poor. That's what I wrote down. What you told me that morning.
No. There was no video game with God. I mean, with God, Feed the Poor was not a video game at all.
Okay.
And I played. And the video game I did play was with God.
Okay.
I mean Jesus. They're the same person, so. Anyways, we walked outside and we were in a totally different atmosphere. Instead of coming in through like a city or whatever, instead of coming in through that, we walked outside, and all of a sudden we were in a ghetto. And there were kids, you know, like homeless kids, just, they were all black and stuff, just playing and doing their thing. And when God stepped out, yeah, like Katie, and when God stepped out, I looked at them. When me and Jesus like stepped out, I looked at them, and I was just sort of like shocked, because I had never seen anything like that before. And so God sort of walked over, and God actually was like sort of like taught the kids how to play hopscotch. He like took the chalk piece and drew a hopscotch little thing, and then he taught them how to play hopscotch. And I was a little like, I thought God was just supposed to be the person who sits on the throne and heals people and stuff, but you know, he was smiling, and he was like taking people's hands and doing hopscotch. And then I was feeling in my heart that these kids, they were just so homeless, and then all of a sudden it started raining, it just actually started raining like coins and like dollars, and the kids were poor, so that's probably why it started raining. And so God picked up the money and He gave it to the kids, and so I sort of did that too. And right after that, when this beautiful moment was happening, all of a sudden, two cars came directly toward each other from different directions, and they crashed really hard, like really hard. It was a blue car coming from that way and a red car coming from that way, and I was I actually felt bad for the car itself and the people, and so I asked Jesus, or God, or I forgot which one. It was God, I think, and I think Jesus was there too. The Spirit, no. Anyways, it was one of those people, spirits, whatever. And so I said, can you heal the person? And well, first, before I said that, there was a person. Well, yeah, never mind. I said to Jesus or God or whoever it was, can you heal the car and the person? I think I said, can you heal the car? And Jesus smiled at me, and all of a sudden the car changed. It like transformed into its regular like shape. Shape. And also the people were instantly healed. No scratches, no things, and it was like it like never happened. And that was really cool. And that was the end of my turn, because I woke up. But then after that, I started having visions. I woke up and it was in the middle of the night, and I started having visions of a palace and of me going down a river in China. It was just really weird visions.
Open-eyed.
And open-eyed visions. Like, my eyes were open, it was in the middle of the night, and I just started seeing these things. And I even saw dust, like floating through the air, sort of. And I now have that vision of dust every night, like every night. And
Wow.
It's sort of.
It was like a dust from heaven, or what is it?
It was like, I think and some of the dust was glowing. Like, there was, so it was basically like these little, like, things. They almost looked like whiskers. Like my dad. And they were like doing like this spiral, like almost like a dance. And then I turned around in the bed, and I saw red, like little, I guess, particles floating. And then I think at one point I saw gold dust. And now I have that vision of the regular dust, not the glowing dust, like every night. But I just get so focused and I can see it. So that's sort of the end.